Hey. I'm a Canadian. I'm the only one who's going to do this in English. Jag pratar svenska, men min engelska är en laser. Min svenska är en påk. Så vi kör på engelska. I'm the Chief Strategy Officer at Narva Communications. We're a strategic communications company. Right now we're doing a lot of work in AI governance and AI policy. You've heard a lot about AI. I know AI, but you know what? This is a different perspective. We shape our tools, and thereafter they shape us. That's the saying, right? And if we are going to prepare for the business and media and communications environment of the future, we need to understand the current debate about AI. This isn't about how you use AI in your company. This is about how AI is going to affect the business environment for all of us, in a way similar to what sustainability has done. How many of you work with sustainability as a messaging or part of your business strategy? Like most of you, right? Because you know what? Sustainability used to be a fringe thing, right? Back in the 80s, back in the 90s, it used to be this weird thing that a bunch of hippies were interested in. Now, actually, sustainability is quite rightly a mainstream concern. There's no separate sustainability strategy. There's just good business strategy, and that includes sustainability. AI policy is going to be the next thing here because it affects the entire communications and data and information environment that all of us operate in on a daily basis. And that was probably really highlighted over the last couple of weeks with the crazy stuff that happened with this guy, Sam Altman, fired from and then brought back to OpenAI in a whirlwind week of crazy developments. Now, it turns out that it wasn't true that the whole debate was around safety versus commercialization of AI, but that was the story that was perpetuated in the press and in the media, and isn't that interesting? The media is beginning to talk about the debate between the boomers and the doomers in AI. The boomers exemplified by people such as Jeff Bezos. His actual name is Guillaume Verdon. He's Canadian like me. That is obviously not Jeff Bezos. They are self-described as a cult, effective accelerationists, that's what the EAC stands for, a belief based in thermodynamics that life inherently seeks continuous expansion and that our civilizational destiny lies among the stars. Stirring stuff. They want to move as fast as possible and expand this technology and attain our destiny, become immortal, unite with the AI, and explore the universe. In the other corner, the doomers, exemplified by the likes of Eliezer Yudkowsky, who talks about the dangers of emergent superintelligence and can say such chilling things as, the AI does not love you, nor does it hate you, and you are made of atoms it can use for something else. Things are not so simple. The media loves to overdramatize, but mimetically, the world is piling in here. None so emphatically as Mark Andreessen, one of the world's foremost venture capitalists, who, you know, no big pressure, right? AI is highly likely to become the control layer for everything in the world. You should be aware of how a small and isolated coterie of partisan social engineers are trying to determine that right now under cover of the age-old claim that they are protecting you. Claxon, he is one of them. The debate is not as simple as boomers versus doomers. And as communications professionals, we all need to understand its dynamics because the next year is going to be about this. Sustainability policy has taken a long time to come around to a good direction, but over the last year, you've probably seen with outrageous speed how this has developed. And there are now 3 parts to this that we need to be aware of. The focus on safety, the focus on justice, and the focus on innovation. And we need to be aware of this because actually each of these 3 groups has a point, and they're not as much rivals as we may think. First, the focus on safety. Many of the world's foremost AI researchers believe that there is an actual potential for physical risk here. And part of that depends on R&D automation. One of the things that you can do with an AI is have it develop a better AI, and then have that AI develop a better AI, and so on in an exponential process of improvement that could result in a superintelligence. Is it dangerous? That depends. Some people say, well, it won't be evil. You don't have to be evil to be dangerous. How many wolves do you see around here? We're not evil. We're just interested in other things, like building theaters or making plastics. There is a risk here, and it's not just a question of some kooks, but some of the leading AI scientists in the world say we can't rule that out. And if that wasn't enough, there are cases for accidents, deliberate misuse, and structural changes here. So that is something that we need to work on, and actually that has become a mainstream political position. As of September 13th, the President of the European Commission saying something like this in a State of the Union speech, well, I don't think anything can be more politically mainstream than that. Secondly, focus on justice, the AI ethics community. Well, it's not just a question of physical risks, it's a question of AI being more and more incorporated into our various data processes, perpetuating biases, and leading to a whole bunch of perverse outcomes, including such terrible things as the Balenciaga Pope, who we've seen before, and DJ Barack Obama there. Okay, so far so funny, you might think, but next year, European elections, American elections, elections in many other countries. Next year is going to be the biggest election year ever in history. Can we really trust anything that we see again? Can democracy survive? I don't think so. Talk to me afterwards. Last, but by no means least, you might be thinking right now, if this technology is so dangerous, why are we still building it? Well, actually, there's a real good reason to, because who's going to be ahead? A leaked document, this is the focus on innovation, Mark Andreessen's point. His point, we must beat China. Seems bombastic, but you know what? A leaked paper from the AI company Anthropic says that because of R&D automation, whoever has the best model by 2025 or 2026 will be impossible to ever catch up with. Whoever has the best model by 2025 or 2026 could just win the information environment forever. And now, this is just a political opinion from me, but I would rather that that particular AI not be controlled by the Communist Party. I like freedom of speech, and I like plurality. And even though I believe that our political system is probably going to have to change, I still would like that to change within certain right framework. These guys are saying, ignore the moral panic. Everything from video games to the printing press has been said that it's going to destroy society. We're still here. There will always be jobs. Our biggest problem is going to be managing GDP growth at 30 to 50% a year. And gosh, that's going to be troubling. I want to leave you with one point. In a survey that we did, that Novus did for a presentation that we had recently, we found that 91% of Swedes agree that artificial intelligence should be regulated. But how? This is going to be one of the big political questions of the next year, of the next 3 years. And these three positions are going to be really influential in that whole debate, and it's going to affect the information environment for all of us. And as practitioners here, we need to be with it in that debate. This has been really fast. If you're interested in a little bit more detail, you can find it here. I'm Philip Trippenbach. Thank you.